The Big Bang Theory prequel's absurd Season 7 finale is demonstrated by information of Georgie and Mandy's impending wedding on young Sheldon. It's much harder to accept young Sheldon's conclusion now that we know more about Georgie and Mandy's wedding. Rumblings of the Big Bang Theory prequel's end began ahead of the young Sheldon Season 6 finale back in May 2023. Fans of the family comedy drama were kept on the lookout for the show's future, even though it was confirmed that it will return for a seventh year, the last of the multi-year renewal that it received from CBS. The historic simultaneous strikes by SAG-AFTRA and the WGA postponed its return until 2024, which didn't help. Young Sheldon was obliged to cut down on the number of episodes for Season 7 from 22 to just 14, similar to other scripted programs. The Young Sheldon Season 6 finale ended on a bit of a cliffhanger, but in any case, it was still preferable to waiting for fresh episodes throughout the 2024-2025 TV season. However, despite its reduced year, this came with a price. It was revealed that the Big Bang Theory prequel would stop. The news of Georgie and Mandy's wedding from Young Sheldon Season 7 somehow makes matters worse, even if CBS will carry on with their spin-off sequel. The cancellation made by Young Sheldon isn't like the others. Because of its connections to the Big Bang Theory, the program has been popular from the beginning and has only grown in popularity in the past several years. It has received harsh criticism for its careless handling of continuity, something the show's creators have often defended. Paradoxically, though, departing from its enormously popular parent program has opened the door for some of its most excellent narrative. Page's fall from grace, Dr. Sturgis's health problems, and Georgie and Mandy's relationship are a few outstanding instances. If continuing meant having more story gaps at this point, young Sheldon could have gotten away with it. Regretfully, the same authors who defended the prequel for defying canon also made the choice to adhere to it in terms of the chronological sequence. According to the Big Bang Theory, Sheldon eventually relocated from Texas to California to start his postgraduate studies at Caltech once his time in college ended. Young Sheldon can get beyond this in a few different ways and carry on. But because the creatives insisted on sticking with continuity, it had to be canceled. In Young Sheldon Season 7, CBS is tying the knot, capping up Georgie and Mandy's romance, one of the most creative narratives in the prequel. Choosing to complete it before their own impending series, the prequel chooses to tie the knot first. The wedding, which is scheduled for Young Sheldon Season 7, Episode 7, A Proper Wedding and Skeletons in the Closet, has some preliminary information available, along with the first pictures from the momentous occasion. Surrounded by their loved ones, the couple seems to tie the knot in a shotgun wedding. But most notably, Sheldon isn't there for Georgie and Mandy's wedding. The kid prodigy may not have been present at the occasion, but it's easy to see why he wouldn't be there. As was previously indicated, the couple's choice to tie the knot in a courtroom appears to have been made on the spur of the moment, which suggests that they gathered everyone and hurried them to witness their marriage. Mandy's parents, Jim and Audrey McAllister, are among the witnesses who have their headquarters in Medford. Sheldon, however, would probably be attending East Texas Tech, making it more difficult to get him home in time for the noteworthy event. Although getting Sheldon back to Medford in time for the ceremony would have required a little more work, the Cooper family as a whole ought to have made a bigger effort to be there for Georgie's wedding. This is particularly crucial in light of George's approaching demise. It's unclear why the couple is feeling the need to be married so quickly, especially considering all that happened to them when they discovered they were unexpectedly pregnant. Even if Sheldon annoys them, they still have relatives, therefore there's no justification for them to agree to marry without him. This also bolsters the notion that Sheldon has long since lost relevance to young Sheldon, beginning with its split from the Big Bang Theory and subsequent evolution as an ensemble. Sending the young prodigy to school outside of Medford accelerated the process since his storylines primarily took place at college and physically separated him from his family. Even with his regular return home schedule, it was still hard to include him in Medford's goings-on because he wasn't present for some of the situations. Not helping either was the fact that Mary even acknowledged how annoying Sheldon had gotten. This not only underscores the fact that the young genius is no longer significant in his program, but it also shows that young Sheldon might have carried on after Sheldon left Texas. Given that the Cooper father passes away concurrently with George's relocation to California and his exoneration in the infidelity scandal, CBS will have little trouble holding on to the bulk of the family going forward. Furthermore, there isn't much of a branding shift needed because the network can just rename the show to The Coopers, which more appropriately represents its current narrative state. This would mostly be an official statement. Not too tough to carry on without Sheldon, assuming young Sheldon can afford to proceed with one of the few Cooper family gatherings left without him. With Missy's and Georgie's stories being highlighted in the ensemble series, the show's efforts to broaden its storytelling over the past several years have successfully prepared the audience for this shift from young Sheldon to the Coopers. Even though Sheldon's siblings' appearances on The Big Bang Theory are sparse, both adult Missy and Georgie only make a few appearances. It enables the new program to emphasize its realistic narrative. Either way, this has been a major strength of the prequel in the last few seasons. The main attraction of young Sheldon is now its familial overtones, as it tells Sheldon's genesis story. With Georgie and Mandy's program, CBS didn't have to go through a whole format shift or introduce a new spin-off. With the Coopers, the network may have grown naturally,